Nikki?
Mr. Chairman, just a couple of comments related to solid waste. First of all, it doesn't appear in all of the options that were made available in the document posted online, which appears to have been done sometime around the 6th of March. So it's only been online for about 10 days. Rather difficult to find it on your website, but nonetheless, it doesn't appear that there was a privatization or a request for proposal for an independent contractor or a private contractor to come in and provide services for the county. Maybe they're more expensive, but I think it was an option that we should have at least explored before an option was put forth. Also, too, I don't see that the board minutes for the January 22nd Solid Waste Board is online anywhere. Again, I'm not sure where to access those because the website was put out as the place to find everything related to Broadwater County. So I didn't find that online. The only documents that I can find are the ones that were loaded. So it seems a little fishy. In order to find additional information, I did find a list of solid waste board members, but again, had to do quite a bit of digging. But there's no board chair listed, there's also no secretary listed, and there's no dates for meetings and times listed, much less any. So it's very difficult to fully address all of these issues since we can't have complete information. The amount of fees increased is 44.5% per household. Now, based on the 19-page document loaded, it appears that there are approximately 2,400 households in the county that are going to be assessed the solid waste fee. Is that number correct? Is it high? Is it low? I have no way to verify that information. Again, this is just some math off of the numbers that were published in that document. Have we considered a step implementation of these? The way it's proposed, it's a pretty harsh line in the sand. I think there are ways that we could potentially implement some of this in steps, see what the cost savings are, and then decide where we need to go from there. In the documents provided online, for the modified option 4, it was for the proposal for option 4, this was the non-modified version. There's a list of expenses in there for gates that are solar powered and key card access. It's for $70,000. But yet the expenses for normal gates with attendance, so you're increasing your head count, was actually $17,000 more than the key card proposal from what I can see online. So I don't know if we're getting incomplete information to try to draw these conclusions as citizens. You know, it just seems a little weird that we wouldn't consider a key card because you have access to the gates 24/7. Every household gets a card. You can see when these people came in, when they left. So if there's an issue with something that's unapproved in the containers, we should be able to look at the key cards and figure out who was there between the times that it wasn't there versus the times it was reported. Now you have a much narrower group of people to look at for potential dumping violations. You also eliminate the issue of the 24/7 access because with the key cards, the gates then would be available to any of the residents 24/7. The last thing I would like to ask is, were there any modifications to the dumpsters proposed? Some of the things that you can do are to cover the containers and put what's called a modified through-the-wall trash compactor chute. This would eliminate the size or give restrictions on the size of the items being placed into the dumpsters. There's different ways that you can adjust the dumpsters to allow for the full dumpster to be used. But also, too, I would like to ask, I realize that there's an issue with electricity at the sites, but figuring out a way to compact this, you can get anywhere from 3 to 5 times your occupancy on your containers versus just loose household garbage. So I think that there's some things that we failed to consider that would make a big impact before you spend that much more money, and before as taxpayers we spend that much more money. So I appreciate your time and thank you.